Your books just go from strength to strength. And you have a new one out, David has a new one out.
Have you read it?
Coincidentally, no.
Have you read it? No.
It's not for me, it's for children.
Well, you probably enjoy it.
Few celebrities possess the enduring charm and wit required to captivate audiences as judges on talent shows, but David Walliams effortlessly stood out among them. His charismatic presence and quick humor made him a beloved fixture on Britain's Got Talent, where he served as the perfect counterbalance to Simon Cowell's straight-shooting demeanor. Together, they formed a dynamic duo, with David's affable nature providing a fresh contrast to Simon's no-nonsense approach. However, behind David's outward charm and success lay a deep well of pain and struggle. Just a few years ago, he bravely told the public about his battle with depression, shedding light on the silent suffering that had plagued him for much of his life. Despite his seemingly carefree ways, David grappled with inner demons that few could imagine. Join us as we tell you about the heartbreaking tragedy of David Walliams.
Dear David, I'm writing to you because you're my second favourite author.
David was born on the 20th of August 1971 in London as David Edward Williams, which he later changed to Walliams. While growing up, David developed a knack for making people laugh. His big breakthrough came when he teamed up with fellow comedian and actor Matt Lucas to create the groundbreaking sketch comedy show Little Britain. It might be difficult to fathom for many, but David has battled with severe depression throughout his life. These struggles originated from early traumatic experiences that left deep scars. He didn't enter into his first romantic relationship with a woman until the age of 20. This was all because of his bad physical encounters with people. The torment inflicted upon David left him profoundly distressed. One particularly dark episode occurred when, after enduring bullying from another scout, David fled into the woods to vanish forever. These experiences continued to haunt David into his adulthood. Shortly after starting university, he took unprescribed medication in a desperate bid to escape his anguish. Then, during the peak of Little Britain's success, he went through a low phase again. From an outsider's perspective, David Walliams may seem like a man who thrives in the glitz and glamour of premieres and celebrity parties, relishing in the company of A-list friends like Tom Cruise or Stella McCartney. However, beneath the surface, David carries a longing to earn his father's approval, stemming from a childhood marked by a distant and cold father. Peter, David's father, was a London transport engineer, and his mother Kathleen was a lab technician. Growing up in South London during the Blitz, Peter carried a cold streak and rarely expressed affection towards his son. Young David continuously sought his father's validation, but often felt it was elusive. One poignant memory etched into David's mind is of accidentally pedaling his tricycle into a garden pool at the age of 4. Instead of rushing to rescue him, Peter merely shouted for him to swim. David's marathon swims, a notable aspect of his adult life, carry a deeper significance tied to his father. He acknowledges this himself, recognizing that his father's passing in 2007 prompted a profound realization. Kneeling beside his father's grave, David spoke aloud, expressing that everything he had ever done was an attempt to make his father proud. Even after gaining so much wealth and success, David Walliams is yet to find lasting love in his personal life. His marriage to supermodel Lara Stone, which was highly publicized, ended in a surprising split in 2015. The couple, who share a son named Alfred, went through a messy divorce, with claims of unreasonable behavior cited as the grounds for separation. Lara Stone, who was a popular model herself, found the fame that came with her marriage to David to be overwhelming. Following their divorce, Lara moved on and eventually found love with David Grieveson, whom she met on the dating app Tinder in 2018. They got married in a private ceremony, and Lara confirmed their engagement in February 2020. Recently, Lara announced that she and her husband are expecting their second child. In contrast, David has been linked to several women since his divorce from Lara, including celebrities like Ashley James, Kate Beckinsale, Emily Agnes, and Sylvia Float. But none of these relationships lasted. Reports suggest that he's actively seeking a long-term partner and has even joined the celebrity dating app Raya in hopes of finding love. His profile reportedly features pictures of him with his beloved Border Terriers and even a humorous snapshot from one of his television sketches. While Lara has found happiness in a new marriage and growing family, David continues his search for love. Being a judge on glamorous reality shows seems like the ultimate dream job, and David had it for 10 years, until he lost it all after his audio transcripts got leaked. The revelation of derogatory and inappropriate remarks made by him about contestants rocked the entertainment industry. In November 2022, The Guardian published a report containing leaked transcripts of David's offensive language during a recorded audition show at the London Palladium in January 2020. One incident detailed in the transcripts involved David using derogatory language to refer to an older performer who had engaged in banter with the judges. Another incident occurred after a female contestant's audition, during which David made disrespectful comments, suggesting she had misunderstood the situation. Initially, David's lawyers argued that these comments were part of private conversations not intended for broadcast. However, the public backlash was severe, prompting David to issue an apology statement. In his apology, he expressed regret for his remarks and extended apologies to those affected, emphasizing that they were never meant for public disclosure. Even after his apology, the public criticism persisted, leading the producers of Britain's Got Talent to make the decision to replace him with another judge. Bruno Tonioli, known for his iconic presence on Strictly Come Dancing, took David's place on the judging panel. In September 2023, David Walliams took legal action against Fremantle, the production company behind Britain's Got Talent, filing a £10 million lawsuit over the leaked transcript that ultimately led to his termination as a judge on the show. The comedian sought damages, including £1 million from Britain's Got Talent itself and £1.7 million in lost earnings from the past year. Additionally, he aimed to cover future losses over the next 2 years, totaling £6.1 million. After the whole BGT controversy, the BBC has also decided to withdraw funding from David's project. In the documents he submitted to the court, David alleged that the BBC withheld a portion of its funding for an animated project based on his 2011 book series Gangster Granny, because of what he describes as negative publicity. In November 2023, David settled his lawsuit with Fremantle, reportedly receiving a significantly lower sum than his initial demand. He walked away with £1 million, which insiders suggest equated to about his 1 year's salary from Britain's Got Talent. Even after getting a substantial sum, many of David's arguments in the case were said to have faltered. However, Fremantle acknowledged failures in their security procedures that allowed the leak to occur. Court documents also revealed that Fremantle was aware of David's controversial remarks about contestants when they extended his contract. They'd even cautioned him about the potential consequences of his comments. Perhaps the worst side effect of the lawsuit was that things took a sour turn between David Walliams and Simon Cowell. When David was replaced on Britain's Got Talent, Simon publicly expressed shock, asserting that David had left the show on his own accord and was not fired. However, tensions escalated when David alleged that he had been secretly recorded without his consent. Simon responded firmly to these accusations, labeling them as bizarre and asserting his disappointment. As an executive producer of the show, Simon clarified that microphones had been strategically placed inside tables since 2018 to capture candid conversations, with all judges being aware of this practice. He emphasized the importance of acting responsibly in light of this knowledge. Expressing his disapproval, Simon took the drastic step of unfollowing David on Instagram, signaling the strain in their relationship. Even after the lawsuit is settled, the rift between Simon and David still persists. To this day, their friendship has not been rekindled. The once close colleagues now maintain a distant and strained relationship, with their interactions marked by tension and animosity. Despite his public persona and professional achievements, it wouldn't be wrong to say that his journey has been marked by profound pain and hardship. His fans still want to see him sharing his talent with the world, and they're waiting for him to come up with something as humorous as his previous iconic shows.